This is a message to resellers out there. Something big is coming and you don't want to be stuck in the middle of this. And I'm going to tell you all about that on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flippin' Ain't Easy. And about, I'd say a week and a half or so ago, I made a video about this particular topic and got a lot of feedback from a lot of different people. And one viewer reached out to me regarding the UPS strike, or the possible UPS strike that's scheduled for the 1st of August. And while there's a lot of people with opinions about, it's going to be resolved or it's not going to be resolved, that's kind of not the purpose of these videos. It's just to keep resellers informed. And one viewer did leave me a message in the comments and really made a very, very good point, which is why I'm making a follow-up video on this topic. Now, as of like 2 days ago, the Teamsters president did come out and say that, and I believe his name is Sean O'Brien, did come out and say that they have made some concessions back and forth about a few things like AC in trucks and things that are important to drivers, having water in the truck so the drivers don't get dehydrated or anything like that, which is understandable. I mean, especially if you're out here in Vegas, I couldn't imagine driving a truck in the 110, 115 degree weather without any way to cool off. That would just be torturous. But nonetheless, you have currently, these drivers are performing that type of work right now in those conditions. So they have made some concessions, some agreements with UPS on a few things, but there's still a long way to go. I believe they're trying to make some concessions for the part-timers so that the part-timers are given equal pay benefits as the full-timers, so that there's really no rift between part-time and full-time. I know that's important to you guys who are watching this video who work for UPS, but for us resellers who rely on your services, this is a big deal, because if there is a strike, in my opinion doesn't matter a whole lot to you guys, I know that, but from what I'm reading, I mean, last time I made the video, I was thinking it was like 50 to 75% in my mind that there was possibly going to be a strike. I'm actually thinking it's more like 30 to 50%, because talks have been kind of fruitful in certain areas and not so much in others, but at least there's talks and progress, and that's always a good thing. But guys, if this happens, if there is a strike on the 1st of August, and by the way, Mr. O'Brien did tell the White House not to step in if there is a strike. So it's one of those things where, it could last for a day, it could last for weeks. And if it lasts at all for any given period of time, it will affect your packages in transit. And that's why I'm making this video, guys. If by the 21st, that's Friday, this thing hasn't been resolved, I wouldn't use UPS at all, at least until things resolve themselves. You have FedEx, which is an option, but they are going to be focusing more on their existing customer base. So if this thing rolls into August and you haven't established yourself as a regular customer by that time, FedEx is not going to give you but maybe a handful of packages that you're going to be allowed to ship each day. And that's from my inside sources at FedEx. Now, USPS Ground Advantage, surprisingly, they are going to be fairly competitive with UPS and FedEx, and you can ship up to 70 pounds with that service. And the rates aren't bad, guys. And USPS has come out and said that they are going to be able to handle any kind of additional packages that come their way as a result of this possible strike. So I would say you're better off putting UPS to the side after the 21st by Friday and just ship your packages FedEx and or USPS. I mean, you can use DHL, but who does, right? And then wait to see what happens, because you don't want your packages to be stuck in the UPS system. And if they go on strike, your packages are just going to sit there until something's done. Maybe UPS hires some scabs, scabs are people who cross the picket line to work when there's a strike. Or you're going to have some upset customers that are going to be filing item not received, and then you're going to be in a position where maybe you're going to be having to give refunds on packages, even though you know eventually they should be getting there. So it's not going to be, you're not going to be put in a very good spot as a reseller. And don't test your luck, guys. Friday 21st, maybe make that your last day to ship UPS, and don't use them again until this thing gets resolved. Now, I'm not taking sides, but you know, I do have a union background, and you know what? I kind of support the Teamsters on this, only in that UPS has been making a lot of money, you know, of course, since the pandemic, you know, putting these drivers in you know, pretty tough situations, and I think fair is fair. But again, this video really isn't about, you know, supporting one side over the other. That's really not my issue. My issue is just to keep resellers informed and to try to help you prevent making mistakes like sending items that are going to get stuck en route. So make sure you're mindful of this, and you know, keep your ears open. If you haven't heard of anything being resolved, this is a big issue, you should hear something come up on the news or whatever if a resolution happens. But if you don't hear that there's a resolution, I would say by this weekend, stop using UPS for now, guys, and find other alternatives, because it's even if you have to pay a couple dollars more, that couple dollars more in that package is worth not having to worry about any potential problems. So I want to know what you think down below. Comment down below. What do you think? I think most people don't think there's going to be a strike. Again, I think it's more likely that an agreement is made, but you have to just keep that in the back of your mind. You need to have a plan in place just in case something goes down. So getting hit with a possible strike by one of the major carriers is yet another example of how sometimes flipping ain't easy. And I want you to have an excellent rest of your day, and we will talk to you very soon. Hey guys, real quick programming note, we're not having a live stream this Friday. For those of you who like to check out our live streams, we do a live stream every Monday, normally Mondays and Fridays at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. However, this Thursday, we're going to have it instead of Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully, you can come and hang out with us and talk shop, but if not, we'll see you next time.